If we just friends, let's be, I'm just a black guy with good intentions. I'm sorry when you talk, how it seems I never listen.
Now, without further ado, got the homie Kris Kasanova in the building.
Word. What's up, y'all?
You and I know each other very well.
Yeah, no,
You've been up here before, but it's been a minute since we spoke
Right,
on air.
I think it's 2 years.
Really?
I think so.
It has been on air. The last time you were around here was when War Paint was just about to drop, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, it didn't even drop yet.
This is when we were undergrads, and I remember bumping the heck out of War Paint in my college dorm and having people ask me who that was. And since then, you've dropped 24K, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was another amazing project for me. I loved War Paint, truthfully.
War Paint was my favorite.
You know what it was? I think that it was just more personal. People didn't know who I was, and it was just like a great way to like introduce. And when War Paint dropped, it just got real personal. Like I just kind of laid it all on the line. I never wanted it to be compared. Like a lot of people compare, yo, I like this project, and that's all good, but I really just wanted it to be like viewed as a whole.
You're separating and speaking in favorites, but Kymmi did mention, I know you told me this off the record, that Kymmi had texted you one time and was like, yo, this joint, man, it helps me get through my days.
Right.
And you said that resonated deep, especially because it came from somebody that you knew enjoys the craft, and also it was a personal text. It wasn't like a tweet or anything.
Right. I mean, you know what's crazy? I get those more than anything. Like I get a lot more love, and that's what's more important, like off air. You see what I'm saying? A lot of everybody's gonna hashtag Kris Kasanova is the greatest person in the world. But when you get like people that, you know, it's, yo, I had somebody that passed away, I'll listen to this record like tomorrow. I did that for one of my young homeboys. That meant the world to me. That's what we do it for. At least that's what I do it for. Like that kind of love. Like not everything has to be shown to everybody.
I definitely felt like I was able to get to know who Kris Kasanova was. Like I knew your struggles.
Right.
We became closer through War Paint, whether you know it or not. That's not unfortunate. We love that.
So you're officially not 3 full length, but 3 projects in now.
Right.
Now, I mean, in the grand scheme of where rappers usually hit their peak at, you're still very much a young buck in the game.
Right.
Now that you see what's happening around you with a lot of New York artists popping or either popping or fizzling out and just taking that 9 to 5, where does that leave you?
I mean, I can't even front. Like, I mean, just like everything else, like it's like ups and downs. It's times where, you know, like the doubt stays with you longer than anything. It's like I'm actually losing money by chasing the dream. You know what I mean? That kind of goes into my head. But like I said, when you got people that's coming to you and they're rooting for you, man, like especially like around my way, doing something like tomorrow when I shot it in my hood and when it got on TV, and people are like, yo, you really are putting like a stamp. Like that's just the motivation to keep riding, keep going.
But I always catch you at the dirtiest, grungiest underground show, and you always walk up to me like I never get to actually make contact with you, but you be like, yo, you mess with this dude, Justin?
Right.
That's always the first.
Right.
What is it about him?
Right.
I mean, and not saying that you're not messing with the guy, but it's like you're constantly Q&Ing the audience to see what it is about that artist that people can't see.
I think that you always keeping your eyes on what somebody else is doing, especially if they're making noise. Like, you know, what exactly are they feeling? A lot of cats just like people just because everybody else does. There's a few people whose opinion that matter because they're saying, not just because he dropped this and it had like this kind of turn up feeling.
Yeah.
It's more so like look at the lyrics, look at the beat selection.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I try to bring into mind. Like we spoke of this on the ride home. Like I'm not trying to go down as like the greatest lyricist that ever lived. I'm not trying to go down as like I want people to actually feel.
You spoke on your experience at South by Southwest. And because you said God and you said being personable and such a normal human being, it made me think of Jay Electronica.
Right.
It's like Jay Electronica has created this aura, whether he knows it or not, that he's like this non-real human. But when you met him, he was very. I don't want to ruin the story.
Right. He was in South by, rocked a couple of shows, had fun with me and my man Lod out there, and I saw my man Law, and Law's from New Orleans. He put me on a couple of shows too, and he was with Jay Electronica. I said, hey, what's up, bro? Talking to Jay Electronica, and I said, I'm Kris, and he says Kassanova. And I was just...
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Like
so he knew you before you finished
but I'm not going to say that, I've been buzzing. He's
paying attention.
Yeah. Or he could have saw Law, who knows me very well, and said, hey, here's Kris Kasanova, he's going to come up. It's however you take it. I'm going to just say, you know,
this is a humble guy.
Yeah.